Filling in the gap between Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, and 7, The Force Awakens, we are here discussing Marvel Comics' Star Wars Special, C-3PO, Issue Number 1. C-3PO, the Phantom Limb, a Marvel one-shot giving us the answer to the question, where did C-3PO get that red arm? After their ship crashed, C-3PO and an assortment of droids make off of their ship just prior to it exploding. As the ship's crew was killed in the crash, it is up to the droids to save themselves. With C-3PO is VL-44 and PZ-99 security droids, CO-34, a Class 5 construction droid, 2-Med-2, Class 1 medical droid, and OMR-1, their prisoner, who knows the secret location that the First Order is going to interrogate and execute Admiral Ackbar. C-3PO gets them all to agree to follow his lead as they search for safe haven and a way to signal the Resistance. They locate a homing beacon that has been in operation for several years, and make the long trek towards it in hopes they will be able to find a way to signal for assistance. Omri makes an interesting observation that, while they are droids, their human programming makes them so much like humans with their desire for survival. Omri posits at one time any of these droids could have served the First Order, as droid memories are often wiped. Suddenly, they come across a horde of spice spiders. The efforts of VL-44, PZ-99, and CO-34 have helped protect the other droids who have no means of self-defense. As they make their way towards a rock wall, PZ stays behind to hold back the spiders while the rest of the droids make it to safety. He sacrificed himself, something that the other droids recognize, while Omri, the prisoner, states that it was simply his programming and that the loss of one of his enemies is ultimately his gain. Omri has a different viewpoint of the world than most droids seem to have, and it bothers him that his memories are in the hands of his masters. We learn from this conversation that C-3PO also has flashes of memories before his memory wipe, that he can see images of times as he rattles off phrases that have their basis in prequel imagery. But 3PO also is resolved that a droid's purpose is to serve. 2-Med-2 cuts off the conversation saying that they need to hurry before the rains come. They come to a cavern with a swamp, but some quick thinking by CO-34, the construction droid, has them on their way again. As they are moving across the water, 2-Med-2 notices that all the wildlife noise has stopped. Suddenly, he is taken by some sort of swamp creature. 3PO's arm is ripped off, CO-34 suffers too much damage from the activity and sinks into the water, and VL-44 does his best to fend off the advancing creatures, but he too is taken away. All that remains is C-3PO and Omri, crossing the flatland. Omri starts to feel a bond for C-3PO and wishes that they were on the same side. They head to shelter as the rains come, and not just any rain, but acid rain. Quite dangerous to droids. As they stand under the shelter, they can see the beacon that they were heading towards, which will also get destroyed in the acid rain. Omri decides that he now has a choice. He is choosing his friendship for 3PO over his loyalty to the First Order, and even then, there is nothing in his programming telling him to prevent 3PO from completing his objective. He transfers the location of Admiral Ackbar to 3PO and heads towards the beacon to change the signal to contact the Resistance. The acid rain is too much, as his topcoat is burned away and red primer is exposed. He manages to adjust the beacon signal to contact the Resistance. Omri falls apart in the acid rain as the Resistance shuttle lands, carrying Poe Dameron and BB-8. C-3PO honors the sacrifice of the droids who fell during this mission, and he takes the red arm from the now disabled Omri for his own. Though it violates his sense of aesthetics, he will keep it for a while to remember. This story brings to the forefront a lot of metaphysical conversation about droids, their humanity, and their sense of self. While droid mannerisms and personalities have been omnipresent in the Star Wars saga, this is the first time we have really seen droids talk about being droids and what that actually means. There is a lot of depth to the story which makes you look at 3PO's red arm in Episode 7, The Force Awakens, and helps understand the story as to how that all came about. Thank you for watching! Be sure to subscribe to keep up with all the insight and analysis found here at Star Wars The Canon Explained. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Leave your comments and questions about this story or any element of the Star Wars canon below. Till next time, may the Force be with you.